Another topic the president may be asked about in his meetings today. Yeah, I bet. His decision to order the declassification of documents related to the Russia investigation. Republicans believe this information could shed light on allegations of bias in the Justice Department and the FBI. They include a portion of a secret surveillance warrant application on former Trump campaign aide Carter Page, and all those text messages related to the Russia investigation from several current and former FBI and Justice Department officials, including former FBI Director James Comey. Key Democrats calling the move an abuse of power and saying it endangers national security. But House Intel Chair Devin Nunes calls those concerns overblown. Here he is with Laura Ingraham last night.
It's laughable that they're saying this is going to somehow endanger national security. This is really full transparency for the American people. This will be all the information really that I think the American people will need to see, because for 2 years we've been force-feeding this Russia Kool-Aid to the American people, so much so that you have the media involved in it, the mainstream media. The poor American people, I feel bad for some of these people who are part of this resistance movement who actually believe that the president is under control by the Russians.
Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge has more from Washington. Catherine.
Well, thanks, Melissa. In the last hour, we've learned new information at Fox News about kind of the tick-tock of how this process will work. A source close to that process told us that right now the intelligence agencies are taking these records that the president has ordered to be declassified, and they're doing their own review so they can come up with recommendations about what needs to be redacted in terms of protecting sources and methods. I'm told that once that review process is over, a report or memo will be sent to the White House with those recommendations for redactions. That's a fancy way of saying that some parts of the records would still be blacked out. But ultimately, it is the president who has the ultimate declassification authority. He can accept these recommendations for redactions. He could accept some of them, or he could simply accept none of them at all and just ask for all of the records to be released to the public with no redactions whatsoever. What we've also learned is that this has divided along political lines in terms of the support for this decision. What we heard from the ranking Democrat, Adam Schiff, is that he called this an abuse of power. He's also said that he believes FBI and Justice Department leadership have reservations, and that he described it as a, quote, red line to be crossed if these records were fully declassified without any redactions. So we're getting a sense of the process now, but government officials remain reluctant to talk about a timeline. Their best guesstimate at this point is that some records may be available within a matter of days, but they also caution that we're dealing with the federal government that does move awfully slowly. Back to you.
Catherine Herridge, thank you so much. Great reporting as always. And I just want to mention to our audience that what you saw there on the bottom of your screen, that was the arrival of Polish President Duda as well as his First Lady. And you see there President Trump and the First Lady greeting the two of them. They are going to go inside. There's going to be what we call a pool spray in the Oval Office. We may get some sound from that. If we do, we will play it for you. The meeting is going to play out, and then at some point there's going to be a joint press conference, as we told you before the break. There is no doubt there will be a lot of questions flying back and forth during all of that, so you won't miss a minute of it. There they are going inside. Let's bring it back out to the couch now as we talk about the declassification of these documents that so many have called for so long. Let me ask you a technical question first. Has anyone seen all of them together, everything he's talking about? I mean, is there one person that knows exactly what's in there and is about to come out?
Well, there's tens of thousands of them, but what has been seen is by the Inspector General. And we do know that we've heard at least press reports of a grand jury being convened. You do know that Mr. Huber, who is the U.S. Attorney in Utah, is somehow involved. You do know that some people have been fired and dismissed. So the totality of all of it, I don't know if any one person can consume all of that, but the president has directed this. And I'm almost fascinated by the response from, well, now we'll take it under consideration here at the CIA and the FBI. the president has directed this, and unless they come up in short order with a specific name that needs to be redacted, I think that should be reviewed by both parties, the leadership, say a Devin Nunes and Adam Schiff, and if they can agree. But otherwise, you watch, the clock is ticking, and I guarantee you 2, 3, 4 weeks from now, they still won't have them all.
Yeah. Marie, he has ultimate say in the end over what is and is not redacted. I wonder, they've been calling for this for so long, so many people. Is this his October surprise? Has he just been waiting?
Well, there are also reports that there are some people in the White House who don't think he should release these because they are not uniformly positive for the president. What concerns me, Melissa, is that he seems to be selectively picking out pages he wants declassified. Put it all out.
But you just said there are people that don't want him, it's going to look bad for him, and he wants to do it anyway.
Right, so I'm not sure exactly why he's doing it. We should be careful about assuming this will be positive for the president.
I don't think anyone's assuming that.
Well, I think the president...
Put them all out. He picked out the redacted pages on the FISA.
But what I'm saying is, he's saying we want pages 17 through 21, and we want X, Y, and Z.
Pages.
There are, as you said, tens of thousands of pages, Jason, and if we really want accountability, put it all out.
Amen.
I don't think the president should just say, I want these 3 pages, which I think may be
named all the individuals and said any text that has to do with this subject ought to be out there.
I think he is selectively picking things he thinks might help him. I think he should just say, put it all out.
So here's where I think the Democrat argument really falls down.
But I don't think it will be helpful to the president.
You're the only Democrat that I've ever heard of that says, okay, let's do that. Every Democrat right now is saying, no, we don't want to have this out there.
I was just going to say, that's where the Democrat argument falls down for the most part. Not everybody, across the board. Senator Blumenthal last night on another network was talking about exactly what you were saying. No, you know, methods and everything are going to be... Okay.
Well, and I think that's a fair thing to raise.
But you can't have it both ways. They're oppositional. Either you put them all out or you don't.
Well, you can put them all out while protecting names.
According to Blumenthal, you can't put anything out without
I think you can put them out in that way. I also want to make sure that by releasing these documents, it in no way inhibits the Mueller investigation from doing its work.
I don't think we can know that because we don't know what the Mueller investigation has.
So can I? Well, I think Mueller's team needs to.
You always remind us of.
I feel like this would be a good time for the congressman to hold up his book for that you just wrote. That's out today. The DeepState. You're welcome.
Why isn't your picture on there? Like pointing to something.
But see, for people saying that they're worried about this impacting the Mueller investigation raises more questions about the Mueller investigation for me, because why would more truth and transparency affect the investigation? That, to me, raises a bunch of red flags
Maria, why don't you
about the Mueller investigation.
So I think Mueller actually has all of these. Mueller's seen all of them. I don't think there's a chance that more accountability will hurt the Mueller investigation.
People knowing more is the point I'm making.
I think that Mueller is still going through the process. Other people might be interviewed, other people might be charged, other people might be brought in for questioning.
But you don't know.
And I don't know. They might be. And if you put this into the public domain, that could taint jury pools. It could taint people who are about to be investigated or questioned.
With truth?
I just want to make sure that it doesn't do anything to hurt the Mueller. That's not a crazy thing to say.
Why is it then when things were leaking?
Mueller has all of this, you guys.
Why is it?
I'm talking about the American people.
Like a sieve out of the House Intel. The argument wasn't made, oh my gosh, we better just stop leaking everything. And I'm guessing, and I don't know, from both sides of the aisle that this is happening on the Hill.
Yeah,
well, no, but what you found,
what
we have documented is the Inspector General documenting these people within the Federal Bureau of Investigation leaking on purpose to propel a political agenda. That's why we're doing this oversight. That's why it's imperative to get all this information out there, because it's actually going to show that the highest echelon of the Federal Bureau of Investigation was using the police powers that we gave them as the American people to manipulate a political election.
We got to go, but every
true,
interview
but
ends
that's
with,
okay.
why hasn't the president declassified these documents? And now we know, because it was going to be an October surprise. So there you go.
It's not going to help